Before you can create a meaningful connection with someone else, you first need to understand yourself deeply. Self awareness is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. It's not enough to know what you like or dislike superficially. You must examine your values, priorities, and the qualities that truly make you feel loved and respected. When you take the time to reflect on your emotional needs, your boundaries, and your deal breakers, you begin to create a blueprint for the kind of relationship that will actually support your growth and happiness. Many people enter relationships without this clarity, often hoping that love alone will fill gaps in their understanding of themselves. But this approach can lead to frustration, resentment, and repeated patterns of disappointment. When you know yourself well, you are less likely to settle for relationships that compromise your well being or steer you away from your goals. Clarity allows you to recognize compatibility beyond surface level attraction. You start to notice the ways a partner's energy aligns with or conflicts with your own values and lifestyle, and this awareness guides your choices consciously rather than by impulse. Self awareness also empowers you to communicate your needs clearly. When you understand your own heart, you can articulate your expectations, your emotional triggers, and the ways in which you feel supported. This not only fosters honesty, but also helps you build a relationship based on mutual understanding rather than assumptions. It is this foundation of self knowledge that transforms attraction into a sustainable partnership. Finally, understanding yourself fully nurtures confidence. When you are secure in your identity and in what you deserve, you approach relationships with a sense of calm and certainty. You no longer seek validation from others to define your worth. Instead, you enter connections from a place of completeness, ready to share your life without losing yourself. In essence, the journey toward self awareness is the first step toward creating the ideal relationship, one that respects, uplifts, and inspires both partners to thrive together. True intimacy in a relationship is built on communication, but not just any kind of communication, intentional, honest, and empathetic dialogue that allows both partners to be fully seen and heard. Most people underestimate the power of vulnerability in love. They confuse vulnerability with weakness, fearing that sharing their fears, desires, or insecurities might make them appear flawed or unworthy. Yet the opposite is true. Vulnerability is the gateway to deep emotional connection. When you allow yourself to express your authentic thoughts and feelings, you invite your partner to do the same, creating a space where trust and understanding can flourish. Effective communication begins with listening as much as speaking. Listening is more than waiting for your turn to talk. It's about fully focusing on your partner's words, tone, and body language. It's noticing what is said and what is left unsaid. This level of attention demonstrates that you value your partner's perspective and are willing to engage with their emotions without judgment. When both partners practice this kind of attentive listening, misunderstandings decrease, and the relationship gains a strong emotional foundation. Another critical aspect of communication is clarity. Expressing your needs, expectations, and boundaries clearly reduces confusion and prevents resentment from building over time. Many conflicts arise not because partners have opposing desires, but because they assume the other person knows what they want or need. Clear, compassionate communication ensures that both individuals feel respected and understood, even when their opinions or needs differ. Conflict, when approached with emotional intelligence, also becomes a tool for connection rather than division. Healthy relationships are not devoid of disagreements. They are defined by how partners navigate those disagreements. By communicating openly and without defensiveness, couples can transform challenges into opportunities for growth, learning, and deeper trust. Finally, vulnerability and communication strengthen the emotional intimacy that sustains long-term love. Sharing your hopes, fears, and dreams with your partner fosters closeness that physical attraction alone cannot achieve. It allows both partners to feel emotionally safe and valued, creating a sense of security that nurtures the heart of the relationship. In essence, relationships that thrive are not those with perfect harmony, but those where honest, empathetic, and vulnerable communication is the norm, forming a strong, unshakable bond between two people. A truly fulfilling relationship is not a static arrangement. It is a living, evolving journey that grows alongside the individuals involved. One of the most powerful aspects of an ideal relationship is its ability to inspire personal growth. A relationship that nurtures growth does not confine or limit you. It encourages you to explore your potential, pursue your passions, and become a better version of yourself. When both partners commit to growth, the connection becomes a shared adventure rather than a mere comfort zone. Growth in a relationship starts with supporting each other's goals and dreams. This means celebrating achievements, offering encouragement during challenges, and being genuinely invested in the other person's aspirations. It is the kind of support that goes beyond surface level compliments. It is an active participation in the other person's journey. When both partners feel that their growth is valued and encouraged, they develop a sense of empowerment that strengthens the emotional bond and fosters mutual respect. At the same time, growth oriented relationships challenge individuals to confront their weaknesses and blind spots. A partner who can provide constructive feedback, inspire reflection, and gently challenge limiting beliefs is a partner who contributes to long-term fulfillment. Growth is not always comfortable, and it requires patience, humility, and willingness to change. But in the context of a supportive relationship, these challenges become opportunities for deeper understanding, self-awareness, and resilience. Another dimension of growth is learning together. Sharing new experiences, exploring unfamiliar ideas, and tackling challenges as a team deepens intimacy and creates lasting memories. Couples who grow together often find that their love evolves into a more profound connection rooted in shared experiences, knowledge, and emotional resilience. Growth-oriented relationships prioritize learning not only about each other, but also about life itself, transforming the partnership into a dynamic and enriching journey. Finally, growth nurtures a sense of purpose within the relationship. When both partners are evolving individually and collectively, the relationship becomes more than a source of comfort. It becomes a catalyst for becoming the best versions of themselves. This shared commitment to growth ensures that the relationship is continuously renewing itself, adapting to new circumstances, and remaining vibrant over time. In essence, the ideal relationship is one where growth is a core value, where love is not stagnant but alive, empowering both partners to thrive, learn, and evolve together in every stage of life. In every meaningful relationship, love is more than attraction or shared moments. It is a conscious commitment to understanding, supporting, and growing with one another. The journey toward an ideal relationship begins with self-awareness, knowing your values, needs, and boundaries, and entering connections from a place of clarity and confidence. It is strengthened through honest, empathetic communication, where vulnerability and attentive listening create safety, trust, and deep emotional intimacy. A thriving relationship also inspires growth, challenging both partners to evolve individually and together while celebrating achievements, exploring new experiences, and learning from life as a team. Emotional attunement and mutual respect tie all these elements together, ensuring that each person feels seen, valued, and connected on a profound level. Ultimately, an ideal relationship is not about perfection or constant harmony. It is about creating a space where both partners can be authentic, supported, and encouraged to flourish. It is a partnership rooted in understanding, nurtured by communication, and elevated through shared growth and emotional connection. When approached with intention and awareness, love becomes not just a feeling, but a living, evolving journey that enriches both lives, bringing fulfillment, joy, and resilience that lasts a lifetime.